Welcome to the greatest, well, not the greatest podcast for wrestling. This is not even a podcast, it's just a wrestling review. Anyway, this is about going into Slammiversary, ladies and gentlemen, the third week of Mumbai, India. They got one more week left. Then they're supposed to go directly into Slammiversary. I don't know how they're going to pull this off and make this pay-per-view work when they still haven't completed everything going into the last episode in India. First thing I'm going to talk about is about who's going into the Hall of Fame. Now the question is going to be who it is. Looked on the website, they're not showing it. They're kind of keeping it under wraps, which is actually kind of nice. But then they show hints of possibly doing Conan and Homicide. And that was low-key who was dropping that hint. Could it be them? I don't know. I thought they might be doing Kurt Hennig last time, because they were talking about Kurt Hennig at one point. So now I don't know who it is. It is kind of nice to see they're not rushing it, but then it's not exactly a good thing because you got one more week left in Mumbai, India. And then after that, that's when Slammiversary is supposed to happen. And it would have been better to build this up over a couple of more weeks beforehand, but then you don't got it. So that doesn't make it seem very good to me personally. Next thing I thought that was beyond ridiculous. Sienna and Laura Van Ness versus Ali and Rosemary. Why? Why? Why did you combine the Ali and Sienna feud and then the Ali and Laura Van Ness feud with Rosemary when it should be, and I know Laura Van Ness and Sienna are one feud together, but they're kind of making it two. And then you got Rosemary, who has not been seen for at least 2 months, almost nothing being done. Then she starts helping Ali. Then they should be doing something about the unification match. It's going to Slammiversary. You see how much I just said in one shot? That's what it kind of feels like here. They're trying to get something done, and this was a match to try and make it mean something. And it meant nothing. This should be about Rosemary versus Sienna. Two champions about to unify the titles for the first time in this company's history. One company that was run by Jeff Jarrett left it, started another company run by Jeff Jarrett. Seemed like it got nowhere, so he said when he came back to this company, the first one he started, hey, let me combine what I got there. You can be able to use whatever footage we got. We can use some of the people we got there. Let's just do it. And then you don't really promote that you now got two women's champions, a knockout and a woman's champion. And you barely did anything with Sienna. You don't really make her really feel important like a champion. And then you almost show nothing of Rosemary. And now you put them both in a situation where it should be about them, but it's about Ali dealing with Laura Van Ness and Sienna. Then you throw KM in it. Then you throw I'm about to say Fraction Sutter. When it feels fractured. Instead of like it was supposed to be about Braxton Sutter. This was dumb. And in the end, what did we get? Sienna pins Rosemary. It wasn't Ali pinning Laura Van Ness. And it wasn't Rosemary pinning Laura Van Ness or Sienna pinning Ali. It was the champs pinning one another. They don't care about the women's titles. They don't care about the women's period. Maybe they will when Gail Kim comes back. But as it stands right now, they don't give a damn hell about the women. And that angers me. The women deserve better. Alright. Spud versus Swoggle. What was that? And then they have another little person involved in it. Now, understand it's supposed to be a Mumbai street fight either next week or maybe at Slammiversary. If it's next week, this was stupid. If it's at Slammiversary, their match, it makes sense. As much as not everyone's liking seeing these two together, why not put it on Slammiversary? You're going to need matches. Slammiversary is going to be at least 2 hours. You're going to have to give them something that's special. They've been promoting this for months. Swoggle hurting the... Look, I know everyone's not totally interested in seeing two little people fight one another. They put it out there, so make it special. Put it on Slammiversary, not a match next week. If it's next week, it's done. That's the way I see it. Now, the 6-man elimination match for the Sony 6. Well, let's back up a little bit. Am I glad to see that the X Division is being promoted? Yes, I am to a certain extent. At least you are seeing something going on with Sanjay Dutt, and you are seeing something going on with Low Ki. Fine. Do I feel like the rest of the guys are lost in the shuffle? Yes. Suicide's lost in the shuffle. You got basically Sutter, who's just a joke. He shouldn't even be in the X Division. He shouldn't. He's a bit bigger than most X Division guys these days. If they were going back to the older style, then he needs to be given a real storyline that revolves around the X Division, not Alley. Not Alley. And it's ridiculous. He shouldn't be there. The only one who made sense to win this match was Matt Sydal. It actually made the best sense. He was given the trophy, which I really did think that was something better than what happened in Team X Gold. That was beyond stupid last year in 2016, where they just got glory but no title. At least here they realized, okay, we need to give them something. So we'll do Sony 6 trophy, which I found to be actually very nice to see. And then you have the Dutt segment. Sanjay Dutt coming to the ring and feeling the joy of being an X Division champion for the first time. I felt that this was the best segment of the entire show. And I know that's saying a lot because a lot wasn't done here. But it actually was the most important and best segment of the show. Sanjay's not a very great talker. But here he did a good job. I actually enjoyed his talk. Seeing that it was Shera there by his side made sense. And a lot of people are going to say, why Shera was there? He's not an X Division guy. He's Indian. Stereotype or not, he's an Indian in India. He was born there. And from what I understand, Sanjay Dutt was not born there. He was born in Virginia. Grew up in New York. So having someone who directly came from India made the best sense. I enjoyed that segment. And then you got Low Ki came out, which was actually the best thing to do. He wasn't disrespectful until he said you had a little bit of luck, which is a little cocky, but it makes sense because of Low Ki's history. He's the type that will let you know you're a dick, you're stupid, and you're no match for me. And this entire segment, to me, was the best segment. You know why? You had a heel who basically said it clearly. Let's get this done. I'm not bullshitting. Give me my match. You say you got respect, give it to me. Duff says 2 out of 3 falls at Slammiversary. I kind of hope it's the ending match of the night. Because it would make the best sense to put that as the ending match against instead of Lashley and El Patron. But then he beats up on Shera. He beats up on Duff. He doesn't use any type of instrument like a cane or a chair. He just beats the crap out of them. That is what a true heel is. A true heel that doesn't need to use any tricks. Did he basically knock Duff out by just blindsiding him? Yeah. But he didn't need to use any tools except for this and this. And I found that to be very refreshing. He didn't need any tricks. He just knocked your ass out like a real heel is supposed to. Does Warrior's Way on a Muhammad Shera. Knocks them both down, they're out. And then when it came to Cam versus Shera, which I hate Cam. I wish they had not gone in the direction they did. Because I felt he could be doing something much better than acting like Biff from Back to the Future. And it keeps angering me so much. Now, act like a tree and get the hell out of here. I just want to kill someone who came up with that. That was stupid. But do I believe the segment for Shera getting over on his own people? Good? Not bad. I'm not saying it was perfect. And I'm not saying Shearer is the greatest talent they have, but he is a talent that can do some work. So utilize him, put him in a real storyline, put him in something. Now, of course, we don't know what's going to happen when we go back to the United States. He may just be forgotten about. And that would be kind of stupid. But as it stands, at least they did try to put him over in a good light, and it did happen. Now, Eli Drake. Eli Drake. Eli Drake. That is my boy. And he's stuck in a situation with Moose. Stuck with Chris Adonis. And now, D'Angelo Williams. Now, I'm not saying D'Angelo Williams will not do something interesting. And who knows, maybe he actually will become a member of the Impact roster. They need some type of star power. The guy has been known in 2 different football teams and is well known. I'm not saying that he'll stick around. Maybe he probably won't, and this is just a one-time thing. You need something. You need someone that is known by the crowd back in the United States and is cared about. A Panthers and a Steelers former football player, well, he probably still is a football player. He probably won't stay in wrestling. He'll probably be gone. But if he's not, that actually makes sense to actually do. But still, Eli Drake has done nothing. He's a wonderful talker. Let me talk to you. Let me tell you that I know how to be able to make a talk. I know how to make it work. I know how to make it move. And India is not going to be doing anything unless Eli Drake tells you to. Shut up, dummy, I'm talking. That is Eli Drake. I love Eli Drake, and he's doing nothing. And I'd rather see him be doing something. He should have the grand championship around his waist. He should be dealing with Lashley. He should be dealing with EC3. He should be dealing with El Patreon. He should be dealing with Storm. He should be doing something instead of what he's doing. And you see how angry I am because I am. Last thing I'm going to talk about, if I forgot anything, oh wait, 2 things. The last thing in this. Did the segment for JB and Joseph Park interest me in their match? Yes. Having Joseph Park a part of this made it way better. For the simple fact, if it was only about Chris, no, I almost said Chris. Look, JB and Josh, as it stood, they could have gotten rid of this feud at least 2 months ago. As it stands, having Big Papa Pump and Joseph Park makes it completely interesting. The only problem I do have with it is that Big Papa Pump has not done any promo segments, and since he has the greatest mouth you can see that completely confuses everybody, it's a waste that not to use him. I wish they had done some promo segments with him instead of doing old stock footage. But seeing that JB and Joseph Park having their moments, the segments, and that splash in the pool actually was good. I'm alright with it. Now the final match. And that is, lastly, that is Sing 3. He still has it on his trunks. That's funny. And then you got Storm and El Patreon. Long match. Longer than I expected it to be. Was it good? It was okay. Did anybody job? No. They had the ref job. Stifler got his ass whooped. Literally. And in the end, El Patreon did get a little bit over on Lashley. And he's holding both titles in the crowd in Mumbai in Sony 6. No, it was Stage 6, sorry. Or is it Stage 6 or Stage 7? Stage 7. Am I interested in seeing those two having a match? Yes. I want to see the unification. I'm hoping they'll actually show the new title there. Do I want to see, I think it's going to be a strap match between EC3 and Storm. I do want to see them have that strap match. I do. Hopefully they'll do it right. But in the end, I have some hyping for Slammiversary, but because of what's going on with Rosemary and Sienna, what might happen with... if Spud and Swagger have a match next week, it's dumb. Let them have a street fight in Slammiversary. Not next week. If I'm wrong, I'm hoping I'm wrong. But as it stands, those general 2 things are the one things that are the weakest, and it's going to piss me off if it's not done properly. But it's just my point of view. Have a good day. Have a good night. Peace.